Hi, group number ones. Welcome to this week's reading. I'm Pan42 Tarot, but you can call me Pan. This week we are doing a Spring Has Sprung reading because it is now March. So, gosh dang it, spring better come soon. So, here we have for you the card that drew you in, which is the Onion Dragon. Release. So we are going to put him to the side for now, and he's going to preside over your reading. We will read him at the very end. So let's get started. This week we are using my Cosmovisions deck. Cosmovisions, I think it's Cosmovisions Oracle deck. It is a tarot deck, but it's a very special tarot deck because it has different meanings to the major arcanas, and as well as names, and it also has different court cards. Instead of like the page and the queen, you'll see like the geomancer and things like that. So this is the deck we're using because it's very springy and pretty. So there's going to be 5 cards: Seed, Water, Bloom, Spring Cleaning, and Spring Growth. So let's see what your guides have for us today. Oop, this one wants to come out. 1, 2. Oh, that one doesn't want to come out. Okay. 3, 4, and it goes 4 and 5. There you go. So let's see what you guys got for today, group number ones. All right, can you see all those? I think so. All righty. So let's move this up a little bit more. There we go. All right. Let's do it, shall we? See, it makes like a stem, and then it's got little leaves. Anyway, so card number 1 is the seed, something you've planted in hopes of growth. And the card we have for you guys is the 2 of Trees. Now, the 2 of Trees in this deck is the 2 of Pentacles. There's 2 little saplings down here in the bottom. So what I'm hearing for you, group number 1, is that you guys have planted 2 different paths for yourself. You've planted 2 hopes for yourself. It could be you've ventured out on a new work thing, as well as you're looking for better relationships with your family or something like that. There are 2 things that balance each other out. It could be something like eating better and also enjoying life more. Like, there's a balance in those things. It's 2. You have 2 seeds that you've planted, and they're kind of in opposition to one another, but also, like, if we do both at the same time, we'll have a nice balance to our lives. So it's this idea not only of 2 new things that you're attempting, but also to achieve balance between these 2 things. So the seed you planted is something that you hope to grow. So you hope to be able to balance these 2 things because they're both very important to you. So that's your first card. Your second card is Water. What do you need to do to cultivate the seed? And the card we have for you guys is the 10 of Lotuses. Ooh. So the 10 of Lotuses is the 10 of Cups in this deck. And the 10 of Cups is like the happy ever after card, the wish come true, the happy family and perfect life kind of card. So what do you need to water this dream of balance? You need some help from your friends, your family, the people really close to you. So, to achieve this balance, we need some help from our friends, from our loved ones, from the support system that has allowed us to blossom so far. We need a little extra help from those people. If we're looking for work-life balance, have friends or family remind you, hey, you don't have to work this weekend. Like, we could do this or that. Or maybe have some people hold you accountable at work if you're slouching in that department. Like, hey, didn't you really have to finish this thing instead of playing that video game or whatever? Whatever your vice is versus your other thing that you're balancing, have your family like give you gentle reminders. And if you're somebody who doesn't do well with reminders, we can find other ways. Like sometimes if somebody like tells me to do the dishes, I'll be like, well, I'm not doing the dishes now. So there can be other ways that we get help from our friends and family and stuff. Maybe ask them to put an alarm on their phone, and when it goes off, this happens, or have them leave you little notes of encouragement to keep going, you're doing amazing, or something like that. Like, just find ways that your support system can help support you through finding balance. And if you have trouble like hearing people when they give you advice like this, remember that like these trusted people who have gotten you through a lot of stuff, they're here to help. So let's always take a deep breath and remind you that they're here to help, okay? Okay, so this next card is Bloom. How will it blossom in your life in the near future? And the card we have for you guys is the Dreamer. I believe this is one of the water court. Oh no, this might be an air court. This is definitely an air court. I think it's the page, but I'm gonna have to look it up for you. This is the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is normally very, wow, my incense is now going nuts, so chill out, bud. The Queen of Swords is normally a very, here, I'll put you over there. Okay. The Queen of Swords is normally a very cutting, very, like, matter-of-fact, very push through the nonsense type card. In this case, it is still that, but it's that in a much more intuitive way. This is a much more clairvoyant type of Queen of Swords. She is the dreamer. She sees things before they happen in her dreams. She is somebody who cuts through the nonsense because she sees it ahead of time type thing. And they often know stuff before everybody else knows. So how will this blossom in your life in the near future? Well, I think what you're gonna see as you begin to create this balance is that you're going to find yourself much more able to deal with life, much more able to deal with the challenges that present to you. You're going to be much more prepared for them because you have found a nice balance between two things. I think it's also the benefit of these two things blossoming in your life is you're also going to have a clearer view of those around you because you've been employing them to help you achieve balance in your life. You're going to have a clearer view of these people. But I also think that you guys are just going to have like a clearer sense of mind, a clearer sense of what you want, a clearer sense of the world around you. And you're going to be able to kind of find a little bit more peace in your day-to-day life by finding the balance between these two things that are really important to you. So next we have spring cleaning. And this card is what to let go of. What do we need to let go of to help this bloom? And the card we have for you guys is the 5 of Birds. Oh. So this is the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords in this deck talks about battling for possession, battling for possessions, defensiveness. It comes up a lot in the 5 of Swords. Defensiveness or attempts to take what is not yours. So in this position of spring cleaning and what needs to be let go of, I feel like, one, there might be a couple of people around you that are not trustworthy, and you're going to discover that when you ask them for their help to like help balance out your life. You're going to discover, oh, you don't actually like want to help me. You just like what I do for you. So we're going to need to let go of a couple of people. I'm not saying it's everyone, and I'm not saying that everyone who says they cannot help you is like a terrible person or anything, because like, hi, we all have lives and life is very hard right now for a lot of people. So if somebody says no to helping you, it might be for many other reasons. Yeah, just keep that in mind, that there might be some people whose motives come out to be not great. So we need to let go of some people whose motives are not up to par with us. We also have this need to let go of some defensiveness. Like I said before, in this card of having your family and friends help you with this area, sometimes when people like remind us to do stuff, we can get really defensive or like be like, yeah, I don't want it now. Like that kind of stuff. And sometimes that is a genuine marker for a diagnosis, like a mental diagnosis. But sometimes it's just us being stubborn. So you first distinguish between the two, and second, definitely find ways to mitigate that response, to voice that response to your friends and family, so that like we can find a way to both get reminders and not jump right to defensiveness, to remember that these people are here to help us, and yeah, making reminders like more fun, more silly, less like reminders, if that makes sense, to really help you let go of your defensiveness over like, but I am doing a good job, or of course I was going to do that thing, or whatever. Letting go of that defensiveness and really hearing those around us say these things as a way to love us can really be beneficial to help you move forward in this goal of balance. Okay, so last but not least, we have card number 5. This is spring growth. This is spring growth. What to embrace. And the card we have for you guys is the Shapeshifter. I believe this is a wand. I'm gonna have to look it up. All the court cards are super different in this deck. I'm pretty sure this is a wand. This is the Knight of Wands in this deck, Shapeshifter. And the words for this card are beloved, malleable, and favorable. Beloved, malleable, and favorable. So, what do we need to embrace? I think you guys are pretty good at change. Like, you may not feel like you're super good at change, but it is a ability that you have, whether you're a people pleaser or something like that. You have found ways to mold yourself into what people expect of you. And this time, we're going to embrace that ability for ourselves. Instead of molding ourselves to what somebody else wants us to be, we're going to mold ourselves to how we want us to be. We're going to be beloved unto ourselves. We're going to take all that passion and effort that we put into other people, and we're going to put it into ourselves. We're going to embrace that energy and be like, yes, I do this for everybody else. I'm going to also do it for me because I'm worth it. That takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of self-evaluation and self-recognition, and also like practicing positive self-talk, which is very hard. So like, it'll take time. This won't happen overnight. But practice makes perfect. Well, not perfect, but practice helps. So definitely work on it, because you have these abilities. You have these abilities to mold yourself to what other people would like. So let's turn that beautiful ability onto ourselves and become who we want to become. Right? Okay. So the last thing I'm going to do for you guys, my group number ones, is I'm going to shuffle my messenger oracle, get a couple cards from here, and then also read you your onion dragon. That I'm sure you've been dying to know what it says. So, let me have one more shuffle, please. So, let's see what we got for you, group number ones. Ooh! Oh my gosh. Did you see that? It like flew the fuck out of the deck. Okay, so, we have 2 cards for you. Let me just show them to you. Here we go. So, the 2 cards we have for you guys are Embrace Spirit and we also have See Yourself in Nature. Ooh, focus please. There we go. See Yourself in Nature. So, we're gonna read these 2 for you. I'm gonna put him up here. You can see him a little better. Excuse me, thank you. Alright. So we're gonna read these 3 to you guys, and that will be a reading. So let's start with the cards we just pulled. These cards are pretty on point with what they say on the card is what they mean. So, embrace spirit. You are a spiritual being living a physical life. Embrace spirit in your journey and reaffirm your connection with the divine. Fly to the heavens, but remember to look down and see that the divine exists in the magical natural world beneath you. Spirit dwells within all and in everything you see and know, and everything that you do not see and which is unknown. Both the creative and the destructive, the beautiful and the ugly, are born of the divine. And then see yourself in nature. You are born of man and woman, but humanity is born of the natural world. Now it is time to reconnect. Look out into the natural world. Explore your world and your will to see who you are. Peel away all judgment and dogma born of man and see your truest nature mirrored in the beautiful world around you. See that your emotions are like the weather and that your senses reach into the sky and the earth like the branches and roots of the trees. See yourself in nature and nature within yourself. And last but not least, we're gonna look at your little onion dragon. And he says, there are times when tears must be shed and emotions released, like layers of clothing on a hot day. Grief, anger, joy, all can bring tears of different emotions. Those who know the value of a good cry are already ahead of the game. The sea is made of salt water. All humans are water and salt as well. By relinquishing our control on our own dams, we can better control the rush of emotions. Relax and let the tears flow. Release is a gift to give to yourself. That's lovely. Well, that's all I'm seeing for you, my group number ones. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out so much on this channel. And I hope you all have a blessed everything. I will see you on the next reading. This was Pan. Bye, you guys.